I think all of my runs so far have been all heart cards or debuff, so I've just been heavily playing into the hearts. And if you hear me slurping, that's because I made some ramen. So we almost have, this is like close to winning. This I think does win. Yeah. Okay. We were able to get out of there with $3 because we had 3 hands left. So ice cream is great because then all of our flushes just get us through the boss, the big blind, the boss, and it also helps us in ante 2, the small blind. Egg is okay. It's a value generator. It's real nice. Perishable, it's less nice, but still, it still holds on to the same sell value. So you get the egg. I think it sells for like $2, and then you have 5 rounds. So 5 times 5 times 3 is 15. You end up ending with like $17 of sell value. So if you end up getting like a temperance or something like that, it's real nice. Something I'm interested in is Tarot Merchant. Maybe you try not to grab that in the first ante. Maybe you're better off just saving the money that you have in the bank for interest going into ante 2. One of the good things about the ice cream is even if you use all your hands, right? Well, not all your hands, but you save 1 hand and you come into the shop with $5, you can still afford it. I think I take this. You can also potentially look in the buffoon pack. If you don't like it, you sell it. You get punished if it's 2 Eternals, right? Then you take them and you can't sell it. You get punished if like what's in the buffoon pack is like real nice, but can't go by what ifs. Just kind of go by like what's going to help you in the short term and long term. Like these are some of the things you have to think about. Short term, this gets me out of the big blind. Short term, this gets me out of the boss, right? Let's do, one of the nice things about the Checkered Deck is you can just play those flushes, and I can also do something like 4 of a kind. This, I don't know if this wins without, right? Guess we'll find out. Yeah, that would have won without ice cream. So hindsight, if we were like scouting the seed or whatever, we wouldn't need that, but we do. Because this is a $5 Joker, we didn't take the buffoon pack. The buffoon pack is only $4. You get out of the big blind with 1 hand because of the help from the Joker that you get, right? Then it allows you to pick up the Tarot Merchant if that is something you wanted to do. If you wanted to take another voucher, you think, okay, this has cost me $5. Even if I get out of that next big blind with all my hands, I'm only going to get what is it, 7? I'm only going to get $6 instead of the 7, right? That's going to put me at 9. You're not going to be able to afford the Tarot Merchant, but that's okay. I like taking a judgment here, seeing what we get. Now this is something I can work with. Then do I take a free reroll? And I think what's going to help me make this decision, as you know, I'm still trying to get completionist plus. We only got to win with this on blue stake. So if I get a win with this now, it could be on gold stake. That'd be nice. And then we're going to look for the reroll Joker. And I've only gotten a win with this on purple, which was the run before. It's funny. I won with this on the purple stake checkered deck run prior. This was one of my only scorings. I had this, and then I had hit the road. But as you guys can see, I already have a win with that. So now, one thing to consider is this is eternal. Okay, so flash card plus scaling molt joker. I think honestly, anywhere, if you can get a joker anywhere between like 25 and up, that's a good spot for the joker, right? 30 is nice, 40 is great, and then 50 afterwards, you're like, and this is, you know, not endless shenanigans, but this is just about beating ante-8. 50 and up, you're kind of looking at it like, all right, like this is enough. I don't really need any more. At that point, you want to have a good source of chips. You have a good source of molt, and maybe you want an X molt joker. Maybe you're stacking up cards, right? Celestial packs, stacking up planet cards, and then at that point, you don't need a good source of chips. Your chips comes from the planet. Excuse me, your chips come from the planet card. I think I like the idea of taking the free reroll. I don't know if this is the best. It's $4, but technically I lose $1 of interest, so it's $5. But I get immediate value from taking it. I get to take the free roll. I get 2+ molt already. We can't afford anything, obviously, and we just go next. Now again, we're still in a position where we can do something like this. We get +2 molt, and then we're getting 95 chips from ice cream. So we win. And that was about 900. Almost 1,000. It's shiny, and I think this is making the decision a bit harder than it actually should ever be. I've still never found a position where I want to use the credit card, and I think maybe the credit card is probably good on the green deck. Green deck, you don't get any interest. So at that point, you can kind of look at the credit card as an extra $20 that you can spend, right? You're not going to get any interest. So even if you end up in a negative and you come out of the blind with like 2 hands and a discard left, which is like what, $6 maybe or something like that. I don't know the green deck off the top of my head. You get that money and then you can still play around in the negatives, right? I think one of the things to think about with the credit card is when you're in the negative and you get stuff like Hermit, it doesn't double the negative. You just like stay where you're at. You're still at nothing. So one thing I do like to see though is I like to see the runner. Probably a better source of chips than ice cream, not at the moment of course, but long term, maybe if I can get this to like 15, 30, 45, 60 chips early on, then I have this consistent source of chips and I have this consistent source of molt, right? And these are easy scaling chips and easy scaling molt. So I think I take this, and I think I'm in a great spot. And I think now I, go for the reroll. Obviously it's free. I love a Space Joker. I think Eternal Rental, I always want to put it on my team. I think However, at the moment, if I take Space Joker, right, I have 3 Eternal slots and I can't do anything else. This is fine. I'm okay with this being the way it is. This being my scaling motes, this being my scaling chips, right? I have both of these, and then I also have another. You can technically look at this as scaling mote and scaling chips, right? It provides value in the fact that it can upgrade the hand of whatever you're doing, right? If you're going down flushes, you're going down straights, whatever the case may be, right? Maybe this doesn't provide as much value as it is taking. 1 in 4 chance. So if you play all 4 of your hands, you're likely to have one of them upgraded, right? And that's nice. But if you're doing something like straights, or you're doing something like a 5-card hand, like flush, straight, full house, whatever the case may be, like some of those bigger hands, maybe it's not as beneficial. Maybe it is a bit harder. So maybe this is a sign to transition to pairs, right? Instead of upgrading, instead of trying to do 5-card hands, straights, and flushes, you switch over to pairs and you just try and get your pair levels. Do I think it's necessary? Not really. Again, we have our source of chips, we have our source of motes. We don't need this. But just know it does hurt me to pass on this. Go next. Now we are looking for a straight. I see 3, 4, 5. We need a 6. We also have the ace, so we don't need the 6 necessarily. We just need a 2. Still looking for the 6 or the 2. This works. So we could do 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? We get a straight this way. It's got +4 motes. We're still gonna have a lot of chips from this. And it's a low straight, so it might not win. So we might find ourselves in a position where we can play another. Nope, still does win. Yeah. So funnily enough, I think if I sell this and I grab the stencil, we're probably okay for the rest of the run. I think we do the rest of the run, 4 jokers only. This becomes a +2. It's holographic, so we get +10 from that. So it'll stabilize us out. Maybe we're not going to get as much scaling from the runner early on because it's going to win so fast. I think maybe selling this and grabbing this means we kind of just win though. No, maybe I'm overzealous. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. Let's look at the collection. I don't think I have a gold stake stencil win. Damn, stencil's on the 2nd page. I do have a purple stake though. So with this lineup, wait, I didn't look at the runner. I do have a gold stake win with the runner. Okay. With this lineup though, we get 3 more wins, 3 more gold stickers, and I'm kind of just a fan of that. We got all 4 kings and we have 3 2s. Like what a draw. What a draw, really. 2, 3, 6. I have King, Jack, 10. Maybe we go for the high straight then. Yes, and we did it. And this just wins. And we get about 4,000. So now the goal, now the name of the game is to scale as best as we can. What the fuck is this seed? It's hilarious too because we can't afford it. Well, and then if we were to sell either of these two, we could afford it. Crazy, crazy. Let me just go next. Damn near have the straight right here. 3, 4, we're missing 5. We also have 8, 6, 7. Again, missing 5, missing 9. Let's go for the. Let's discard like this. 8, 7, 6. Didn't get the 5, didn't get the 9 either. And now we can only play one hand type, which makes things a bit. I mean, they're not. It's not a bit rough actually. We just don't get any value for the runner, which is unfortunate. So we can play a pair of 7s, and the pair wins. Wow. Wow, wow, wubsy. In a weird world, I can just treat Stencil as a +10, like a terrible abstract joker. Okay, ramen's finished. Maybe this and this isn't the best. They probably don't have the best synergy together, so we pass. I'm okay with taking a hungman and going next. Three, 4. Punish for not taking faceless. Get rid of 6. Okay, this works. Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. Maybe I get rid of a ace, and maybe I get rid of a 3. And we'll probably look for the mid straights. Okay, we're now getting to the point where scaling's starting to catch up to us, so we will be able to play more straights. I think I just go next. Base chips and mold half, kind of scary, but most of what we have is here. I don't think I re-rolled that last shop, so I don't think I got flashcard value. Something I need to be mindful of. Looking for, I think we got what we were looking for. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna play on the lower end. Maybe I can play another one. Probably not though. Yeah. Okay, $10 there. Do like the fists. Going to re-roll. Going to open the Arcana pack, hoping for a Hermit or something like that. We get Emperor. Looking for a Hermit or something like that. I like the idea of taking Overstock just so we can look at more stuff. And then we go next. So, oh, this hand kind of sucks, huh? Get rid of that. Let's get rid of... Just get rid of all the low stuff. 10, we got 11, 10, 9, 8. We'll need the 7. 7 or a 12. We don't get it. Let's play high card. High card still scores 3,000, which is insane. That means this next high card probably just wins then, huh? Wow. Unfortunately, we don't get the straight there. One thing I would like, the grabber is not necessarily what I was looking for. I would like a wasteful voucher so I get an extra discard. That's something that I'm looking forward to. We can take that. We can take the grabber. We reroll, but there's not really much I'm looking for in the shop. Anyway. Negative tag wouldn't be bad. Okay. King, queen, jack, 10. We just need a 9 or an ace. Got the 9. Not gonna play the straight flush because I don't want this to win, and I would like to play it on the straight if possible. Nice. Okay, looking for a 10 if possible. Don't get the 10. Unfortunate. Doesn't matter what we play, it just wins. One of the things I also would like to see is maybe like a seed money or something like that. That'd be nice. Reroll. We can make more middle cards. Maybe something like this is okay, right? We can make more sun cards. We can reroll one more time, and I don't think we need to buy Saturn because we got molten chips here. I think we're fine without buying it. I don't think we need to upgrade it this run at all. Copium. Maybe looking for the high straight. It's not the best. 10, 9, 8. Yeah, this draw is kind of... Maybe we go for the low straight instead, actually. Look for the 2. What do we want? 10, we have 10, 9, 8. We have all of our 7s, we have all of our jacks. Let's just do that. Play high card. Play another high card. I guess a pair. Damn. Damn, okay. Unfortunate. We do need to do some deck thinning if we can. Emulate would be nice. We don't get it. If this was eternal, I would do the hex because then this would just guarantee it landed on this. Well, I guess it could land on anything else, but we don't have to worry about these getting obliterated. I think we just skip. Reroll. Reroll. Go next. All right, no discards. Put We damn near have the straight there, looking for the 10 if possible. We win by just playing high card too, like we're not scared at all, but we get the 10. Nice. Okay, not doing the best on the runner, but 90 chips is still nice. Seed money was exactly what I was looking for. We will take that. We will reroll once. And see, the seed money will be how we gain economy. $876. So I guess we can keep the 4 and maybe hope for a 5. 9876. Looking for a 5 or a 10. Nice, we get them both. Okay. We are getting fairly unlucky with the straights that we are pulling. A value generator would be nice. This is the value generator that would be nice, but then we wouldn't get any stencil value. Maybe we look to replace the stencil. We did have options. There was like vampire and stuff like that. Maybe pass on it for now. We need nice 11 10 9 8 7. One, 2, 3, 5. If we can get the 4, that'd be nice. We get the 4. Nice. And then I think anything else we play just wins. Okay. Again, I think we just pass on any of these jokers. I am okay with opening the Arcana pack. I strengthen the 4, I guess. Ten, 9, 8. A 7 would be nice. A jack would be nice. Nice. Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, let's discard like this. Not optimistic about what we can get. Maybe instead of doing that, because we're not married to the idea of playing only straights, let's play like a full house. And then we have 11, 10. We just need a 9. I don't think we have any more 9s. No more 9s. A couple queens though. Only one ace. Eight, 7. I mean, we could possibly get that ace. Very low. Yeah. I've got like blueprint, brainstorm, I burnt joker. Like they're just here. They're all around. I do think I kind of want to go back in time now. I do think that's something I want to do. Hungman helps. We can get rid of a 3 and a queen. Reroll one more time, and then we just go next. So let's, I guess we can look for the jack and the 10, 9, 8. Discard low like this, see what we get. We get that other queen, we can play something like this. Damn. Looking for a 10 now. Oh man, damn near all my 9s drawn, none of my 10s. Damn, are we dead ass? Damn, are we dead ass? We have like a bunch of 5s and 6s. We can get rid of another 3 and make an 8, I guess. I guess would help. I probably should have went Emperor and hope to get more money. Can we beat this? We haven't gotten it straight in a minute. 9, 8, 6. Ten, 9, 8, 6. I don't know if we can beat this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I don't think we can. Maybe 4 of a kind. Maybe. Another straight. Okay. And then we go back in time. Take off a 2 and an ace. I'm okay with taking a going next. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Move our 10s and our 9s. Looking for our 10s. Nice. We can play a straight flush. The royal flush, I think it just wins though, so let the regular straight. I probably just won anyway. Okay, let's reroll. Take a hermit, take a string. Reroll again, reroll again, reroll again. Probably don't ever really plan on skipping. So reroll one more time. It's cool. Let's grab this. It's hermit. There is the hung man. We can make one more 7. We can make one more 6, I guess. We can get rid of a 2 and a queen. And then we go next. We look for our 10s and 9s. Look for our tens and 9s. Nice. Damn, that one. I guess it is a bit more chips than high card. This would help us stack this. Take a death card. Next, hologram maybe is better than stencil, because then we can finally grab something else that isn't we're on anti-6. Can we get to we lose 10 times 2. We're only going to gain 1.25 with this buffoon pack. Do we die? We don't need to sell this. We can keep the 10. We can grab this. We can grab this. We can take the 10 because it's the middle. And then we can go next. Maybe a little late for hologram. Maybe not worth it. Well, we can try. So 9, 7, 5. I know I have a bunch of 6s in the deck. We get rid of the 4s and the 2s. We got 10, 9. We're looking for an 8. We can play a 2 pair. $20,000. I think we went off that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It's gonna be fucking close. I have no 9s left. Where the fuck do all my 9s go? Okay, so with no 9s left, am I going for the high flush then? Looking for the queens? With 8, 7, 6, 5. I have no clue. Look for the queens. There's 2 of them in the deck. There are 8, 7. If we go for 6, 5, we would have to get 2 cards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. No more 4s left, but there are 4 6s and there's no 5s. I'm gonna go for the queen. Fuck me. Oh, we get both of them. Okay, nice. Okay, let's play this straight. And should I can make another 8, I can make another 10. Do I make another 6? I really need to make another 9. I think I get rid of 2s and 3s. And I play this flush. Okay. Not what I like to see. I was hoping to see more mega standard packs. I don't know if I can get past the psychic like this. At least not without a little bit more juice. Hoping for a hermit, yes. More money means more rerolling. More rerolling means more higher scaling. I could make another 7, getting rid of an ace. I really need more 8s. I could have gotten rid of that 2 and that ace. This is the last 2 I had. I think we take the hermit. And we get another hermit, which I take. And we re-roll. And we take a strength. And we re-roll. And we re-roll. Card Sharp keeps us safe. Card Sharp gives us the dub. What ante am I on? I'm on ante 6. I'm almost positive I have a win with Card Sharp. One of my more favorite jokers, yes. Do I risk the run and hold on to this stencil, or do I get rid of this and stay safe with the Card Sharp? I think I stay safe with the Card Sharp. And I think like this, we are a-okay. Let's get rid of something like this. We need another 9. I can make a 9. Maybe we play the lower. And then we just need one more straight, and that scores us. That was 27, so the next one scores about 60-ish. 11, 10, 9, we need 8. We just got rid of 8, but we can get more. Nice. 11, we do high, actually. Oh, that just won. I needed you way earlier. Way earlier. Alright. You take this. I'm okay with adding another 6. I can add another jack though. What's this boss? Extra large blind? That's scary. I'm okay with adding another 7. I'm gonna reroll, and then we go next. Saving money so we can get the wasteful a little bit later. We need a 10. Get the 10. Am I dumb? Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Just a smidge. A 9 would be nice. Really, we could play anything though. Let's play high card. Looking for a 9. This probably wins, right? Yeah. Okay, definitely want the hangman. Definitely want wasteful. Definitely gonna open this jumbo standard pack. I don't want any of these, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I will pass. That's how badly I don't want those. I'm gonna reroll once and then I'm gonna go next. 10, 9, 8, 7. We're missing a 5. We can play high card. We can play pair actually. We miss it again, so we can play high card. Actually, I think this is our last 2, so we get rid of that. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. And then we can play anything here. I would like to get another straight, more chips, but we don't need to. 10, 9, we need another 8. We have the 7s. A jack would be nice too, so. Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. Now this doesn't count as the card chart because I played the straight flush with a royal flush instead of just the regular straight, so something to keep in mind. None of these are interesting. I reroll. I could take a magician. I do like a magician. I will take a standard pack. I can take this 6. I can reroll one more time and I can go next. Wall is going to be scary, but I think in all honesty I could probably just play 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's right here, so I will play this straight, but I can probably just play pairs if I wanted to. Let's make something like this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Nice, the plus 20 helps out. And then we have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Perfect. Okay. Bosses we don't want to see. random joker disable. That's what we don't want to see. All right. We use everything to score except for this, so not ideal. We can reroll. We can reroll. I think I like that idea. We can make more 9s. We need more 8s. I guess we don't strength here. We just use magician on our 9s. More 8s is what we needed. Let's get rid of a king, actually. Oh, wait, no, this... Whoa. What was this? Something crazy. We can... make 2 more 8s. It would take our 7s from 7 to 5. I think I am, or do I make an 8 and a 6? Maybe I do that instead. And then we open this up. Hierophant and lovers. Lovers is whatever. Okay, so one thing to take into consideration is when you reroll, what is something you don't want to see, right? Flips and shuffles all jokers is fine. All cards debuffed until one joker sold is fine. Most of our scoring comes from our jokers anyway. So if the cards are debuffed, who cares? Very large blind is not ideal, but it's doable. We can make it work. This one sucks because a lot of our scoring is from that. And this one, again, also doable. So I think I take the reroll. I think I go next. I think I reroll and we see what we reroll into. Cool, that's fine. We can make that work. Looking for our 9s. Nice. And again, we don't have to continue playing straights. We could play pairs and we'd be just fine. This probably just wins because we've already played a straight. This didn't get where I wanted it to be, where I thought it could be. None of this matters. Ooh, it's right here. I think at this point we just see where the pairs gets us and we go from there. Unless the straights just keep on keeping on. Okay, and because this is the end, we can just re-roll until we can't re-roll no more. Let's see why not. Take a justice. Chariot doesn't matter. Four Fingers comes back. Do I take 4 fingers over hologram? This is only ×2. We could... I'm gonna do it. If we lose, that's my fault. If we lose, that's my bad. I honestly have a straight here, so I'm just gonna discard like this. Should I just play the pairs? I should, right? I'm kind of nervous. I'm so nervous right now. I think the justice card doesn't matter, right? It didn't matter at all. All right. Hell yeah. Oh, holy shit. All right, we got it done. This is the seed right here. Oh my gosh. Thoughts. I think so. Let's boot into it, right? On the checkered deck, of course, playing straights is, or of course, playing flushes is something you want to do, right? It almost feels like it's encouraged, like the game is like, please play flushes on this deck. Like if you're struggling to play arguably one of the easier 5-card hands to draw, right? You play this deck and you don't have that struggle anymore. You're just playing flushes. So going into straights to build the runner. I'm not gonna say it's challenging because it's the same as any other deck, right? But it definitely is fun. We were able to get 495 chips on the runner. So as you can see, we have no levels on any of these. I would say that's probably somewhere around on a straight. What do you get for a straight? You get like plus 30 every level up. So level 10 would be like around 300. So maybe this is closer to like 16, 17 level ups into the straight, and then we get the flash card. Like I said, once you get the flash card to a certain point where it's like, all right, you pass 50, you pass 60, you pass 70, you need to have that X-Molt Joker, right? That's something you want to have. We found Stencil. Do I think we would have won with only just Stencil? I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe if we were able to get more straights earlier on so we could have more chips, it would feel viable. It would feel a lot more viable to just stick with the 4 Joker build as was. But we got to a point where, you know, hologram came by. Hologram's extremely strong, especially if you have like Magic Hat, which we passed on, and when you're getting mega standard packs and you could pick 2 at a time. So instead of it just being 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 2.0, that 0.25 scaling, it turns into that 0.5 scaling. So something like a Hit a Road, when you get 2 jacks and you discard them, now you're at 2x molt, right? But The hologram didn't pan out for us, but Card Sharp did, and shout out to Card Sharp for being the GOAT that it was. I kept saying throughout the entirety of that I probably could have just switched into pairs and been fine and not have worried about, stressing over straights, but I think stressing over straights and playing it throughout made this run even more fun. Case the Clown allowing us to stack flashcard as high as we could, right? 92 molt. Now, one thing can be said, instead of getting the Clown, you probably could have gotten, we passed on a Golden Joker. Golden Joker probably not going to provide as much value as the Clown in this context, right? Golden Joker, very powerful, gives you $4 at the end of the round. That's almost interest, right? And the reroll, it gives you one free reroll, which is $5. So if you're looking at it in terms of like assets, in terms of like value, right, the Clown is a bit more. But in terms of gaining interest, in terms of using that interest in other instances, right, obviously the Golden Joker is a lot better. You're able to get to that $25 threshold a lot faster. And by getting to that $25 threshold, you're able to get your $5 of interest, and that's really important. Another thing to consider is we got, we were able to get seed money, right? So now your threshold is no longer 25, but it's $50. Golden Joker allows you to get to that $50 threshold quicker than the free reroll. Wish we got Wasteful a little bit sooner. Overstock's always nice to get. The extra hand, I think we definitely lose if we don't have the extra hand, because then instead of us having 4 when we picked up Hieroglyph, we would only have 3, and if we were only playing 3 hands, we would have lost. As you can see, even at the very end, I used all my hands just to get by this boss. So 4 Fingers is something we picked up to throw a gold sticker on, and Card Sharp, one of my favorite Jokers in general, helps you in the mid to late game and is even strong in the early game, especially if you decide to go only into pairs. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. We actually only have a couple more decks before we're finished. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Checkered Deck marked our 10th win on a gold stake. And now we have 5 more decks to get through. But yeah, catch you later.